DJ, give me some.
Started.
Hey.
Started from the bottom.
Oh, shit.
Started
Clap, 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 clap.
Started from
On beat, motherfuckers.
started from the bottom. Now we here.
Check this out, y'all. We done brought the Brady Bunch to the Negro Club. Make some noise for my nigga, man. Here, nigga, now. Make some noise for my man, Fred. What?
It's Fred Whitty, so I guess we don't know each other all that well. But goddamn, there's a lot of white people next door. So I'm kind of new to the comedy. My ex-girlfriend, she makes 6 figures. I do this. And she told me the other day, she goes, you know, I talked to a psychic. I said, what did the psychic say? And she said, that your career is really taking off. I said, what career? And she said, your comedy career, they told me that you're going to be making more money than me. I said, you're getting fucking fired. So like I said, I'm new. I've been doing this for about 6 months. I'm still learning. People say, keep the mic closer to your mouth so people can hear you better. I said, yeah, it's going to take a little while before I'm fully comfortable holding a dick-shaped object to my lips. Which also means it's probably going to be a little while before I make it in this business, because there's a lot of dick sucking in this business. Speaking of dick sucking, a couple months ago, Jason Collins, the basketball player, came out as gay. So that's kind of, you know, there's a gay top and there's a gay bottom in a traditional homosexual relationship, and that makes sense to me. But what didn't make sense is I didn't know where he was going to fit in because he's a gay center. But then the more I thought about it, I said, you know, maybe it means he goes both ways, but he plays good defense, so he's going to score on you more often. From a gay joke to a tight end joke, Aaron Hernandez, anybody heard about this bullshit that's going on? You know, I'm all for the justice system, innocent until proven guilty, but I read a Rolling Stone article about him the other day, and the more I read, I'm like, you know, I seen porno where the people didn't appear to be as fucked as he is. Speaking of getting fucked, Kim Kardashian had a baby, named the baby Northwest. Now, it's kind of a funny name, because now Kim's vagina is the Northwest Passage. That's geography, you guys can Google it when you get a minute. Speaking of having kids, my mom, I'm over 30 and I don't have kids, and she really wants me to have kids, and I'm like, and I had a conversation with her the other day, and she said, you know, my eyes aren't too good anymore. I said, no, Ma, you're no lady. And she said, that makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. I said, no, that's a hot flash. And she said, no, I haven't started those yet. That's something else to look forward to. I said, well, don't look too far forward. You're nearsighted. I said, Ma, you know, I have 3 animals, and the animals overwhelm me sometimes. So oftentimes, before I go to bed, I try to envision my animals as actual children. And every time I do, I wake up hoping one of them ran away. So, you know, I said, Ma, you know, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I just might never have kids. She said, don't say that. I said, oh, okay, if I told you the person I was dating was 42, how would you feel? She goes, well, it's a little on the older side of having kids, but it's still possible. And it's younger than me, so I'm okay with it. I said, okay. I said, well, what if I told you they're 52? She got all pissed off. Whatever makes you happy. I said, that's a real good answer, Mom. Well, his name is Glenn. No, I had a couple months ago, I was talking to this chick, and you know, about the prospects of having my baby, and she said, the only way I can see myself having your baby is if I made a drunken mistake in Vegas. I said, did you just invite me to Vegas? I was talking to this other chick, real bad, like one of the finest women I've ever seen in my life, and she goes, I'll have your baby. I said, nah. Because I was talking to her and her breath was fucking stinking, like stinking breath. I said, you know, she goes, let's go back to my apartment. I said, nah, because if your breath smells like that, I don't want to know what your pussy smells like. No stinky pussy jokes? You guys don't like those ones? Let's see. Stinky pussy off the list. Anybody like Girl Scout cookies? I love Girl Scout cookies. A few months ago, I was walking up to a grocery store, and they had a little tent sitting out front. And as I got close to the tent, this little girl comes running around the tent, looks up at me. Do you want to buy some cookies? I looked at her and I said, fuck yes, I would. Why else do you think I'm standing this close to you as a registered sex offender? The lady behind the tent grabs the little girl, pulls her away. I said, don't worry, lady. I'm not really registered. I'm glad a couple of y'all laughed at that joke. I told that joke a couple of nights ago, crickets. And it was at that moment I knew what it felt like to be a registered sex offender. It's not a good feeling. Speaking of, anybody Michael Jackson fans? Anybody remember the day he died? Were you shocked at all? A couple people came up to me the day he died. Oh my God, I can't believe Michael Jackson died. I said, what are you talking about? He's been decomposing for 20 years. You see, I went from sex offender joke to Michael Jackson? It's not a coincidence. He touched those boys. Sex offender joke, good. Stinky pussy, no so good. Something I never really understood is how chicks call dudes daddy when they're having sex with them. You know, I was fucking this chick, and she called me daddy, and I stopped mid-stroke. I said, I don't have any kids. And even if I did and I was fucking them, I still wouldn't want them to call me daddy. No? So sex offender, fucking children, it's two different things. So I have a little short fat friend. He says I look like Kevin Federline. So he calls me K-Fed everywhere we go. And he's short and fat, so I call him Well-Fed. And Well-Fed, he's a gun advocate. He loves to carry his gun everywhere he goes. I said, dude, that's not really fucking necessary. We're just going to Dairy Queen. And he said, didn't you hear about the dude getting beat up in the Dairy Queen parking lot? He said, that's just not going to happen to me. I said, yeah, and that hasn't happened in the last 33 years of your life either. So that argument is kind of like a really ugly dude with a pocket full of condoms. Overly prepared for some shit that probably won't happen. So I'm walking down Mill Avenue, and from a distance I see this a dude in a purple costume look real dick shaped. And as I got close, I seen real mean teeth at the head of the dick. And I said, dude, why are you dressed as an angry purple penis? He said, I'm not a penis, I'm a shark. I said, well, I've never seen a purple shark. He said, well, I've never seen a purple penis. I said, then you never squeeze yours hard enough. Speaking of squeezing dicks, ladies, stop giving hand jobs. Do something that your dude can do better than you. A chick tried to give me a hand job, and 15 minutes later, what resulted was a 3rd-degree Indian burn. I said, keep your hand on the callous palm print and we'll be all right. She went rogue. All right, so beating off is good. All right. So, another thing that ladies, I told you to stop giving hand jobs, but also I don't give a fuck how cute your shoes are. If they make you walk like you got a severe case of spina bifida, like a fucking velociraptor, it's not cute. It just like takes away all the cute. All the cute, gone. I'm like, so a few months ago I was feeling a little heavy, so I started thinking, I'm like, well, when was I in the best shape of my life? And I determined it was when I was 6 years old. And I tried to, I'm like, okay, what was I doing at 6 to be in such good shape? And I've lost 40 pounds. Thank you. Y'all don't fucking care. The last 3 months, all I've been eating is boogers and dirt. Every time I see my sister, I chase her and pull her hair so I'm getting more exercise. All right. I know this looks bad, but fuck it. Alzheimer's, that's a good segue. I don't remember my fucking set list, and here I go telling the Alzheimer's joke. So my grandmother has Alzheimer's, right? And so last September, my mom gave me a bracelet and said it's Alzheimer's Awareness Month. Wear this little purple bracelet. I said, okay. And then November came around, and she goes, I'm gonna sign us up for the Alzheimer's Awareness Walk. I'm like, but wasn't Alzheimer's Awareness Month in September? She said, yeah. I said, what the fuck is the motto? Couldn't remember till November? All right, I got one more joke. So something that might come as a shock to some people based on my haircut is I only date black women. I've only ever dated black women. I've never dated any white women. I was at a party with a black friend of mine who brought his white girlfriend who I've never met before. And when he introduced me, she goes, "Oh, you're the guy that doesn't like white women." I said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's not true. I love white women. My mom and my sister are white, but that's about as far as it goes." She kept bugging me. I said, "You know, John Mayer did an interview where he said he only fucks white women and that his dick is a white supremacist." I said, "So mine's a motherfucking Black Panther." She kept bugging me. I'm like, "Chick, you need to leave me alone. I need to explain to you why I don't date white women." She said, "But why aren't you attracted to white women?" I said, "Because their pussy looks like pig's feet." Maybe that's why the brothers like them so much. She got all pissed off. She goes, "So what does black pussy look like?" I said, "To me it looks like chocolate cake, and I fucking love chocolate cake."